This is Secret America.
Welcome, everybody. I am Jack Danger along with Jay Gatling, and it is New Year's Day, a new year, Jay. And I think we're going to be, this is definitely going to be the year for Secret America. Our last couple of episodes, we really exposed some big things with some actual evidence to back them up. And I think as we come into the new year, we're going to be starting with Live from America TV Network. Sometime next week or the week after. We're still going to be on these same channels for everybody that wants to watch, but we're going to be starting on Live from America TV Network. It's really going to boost our exposure, and we're hoping to eventually, by the end of 2026, we want to be one of the top shows in America, because we want to try to get everything that we do here, all the things that we expose, to as many people as possible, because an informed America is a smart America, and that's what we need. Ain't that right, Jay?
That is correct. And Happy New Year, everybody. And it's amazing. 2025 flew by, even though sometimes I guess it didn't feel like it, but it did. And now we're into 2026. And like Jack said, this is going to be an amazing year for not only for Secret America, but I hope for the United States of America.
Absolutely. And we actually have something that was a thing that was part of last week's episode. So last week, we actually exposed the NFL as quite possibly scripted. We put up this post that was from a week before the Super Bowl, and the guy actually had every single one of the scoring plays correct. He had them in order, and he had the correct final score. Now, Grok said these posts were authentic. They were a week before the Super Bowl. It wasn't a mass deletion sort of thing, because that would be impossible. In order to get all 7 plays correct, in order to get all 7 scoring plays correct in order, you'd have to put thousands of different tweets out there, because any scoring play for any team could happen at any time. And then you'd have to delete thousands of tweets. It's just not possible. He said he found scripts of games. He said they script some of the games. He showed us the script for Super Bowl 50 a week before it happened, and then he disappeared. We finally may have found out why he disappeared. Okay, we were able to get a screenshot of a tweet from somebody that is in the know. Okay, I'm going to show you this tweet. And the thing about this tweet is that what happens is you can't see this tweet. I can't see this tweet. The only people that can see this tweet are the people that were tagged in this tweet. That's why it's funny, because when we did the first episode, when we did that episode last week, he had 40 followers. That account had 40 followers. After our episode, that account had 5,000 followers. So people are really paying attention, which is great. But I'm going to put up this post right now. It's going to basically give you an idea of why he disappeared. Check this out right here. Okay, so this post, again, this is not a post that you or I could see. The top post right here, February 4th, 2016. It's the last post he did. And how do you know you can't see it? Because look at that. It only has 16 likes, while other ones have 430, 57, whatever it is. So this says New York Times, LA Times, ESPN, Yahoo Sports, Fox Sports, and CBS Sports. I would appreciate it if you could investigate our findings. That was the post. Now, you don't say that if you're just putting up some BS. You don't say that. And I even asked Grok, what are the odds? I actually asked Grok, what are the odds that he would get all of these things right in order with all the variables? Grok said it was 1 in trillions that he would get this right, as just a pure coincidence. But then Grok went on to say, but it's not proof that NFL is scripted. Of course, Grok's got to put the little disclaimer down there. But Jay, what do you think? Tell the world, look at this. I would appreciate it if you could investigate our findings. Then he disappears.
Well, no shock that nobody investigated his findings from any of those organizations, right? That's no surprise. And yeah, the thing you'd get pushback where it was a mass texting operation, and Grok would say this has been done before. What you're saying is true. First of all, there are no screenshots that anybody has of any of those supposed mass texts that he did to cover every scoring scenario of all kind, right? None. You'd think that somebody even would have taken one. We have none. I think the Daily Mail actually might have followed up on this, Jack, and they found none. They didn't find any way to disprove anything that account did. Wow. So when it comes to this, here's the thing. Truth is a lot stranger than fiction in a lot of times. So yes, when it comes to this, and you have no way to tell me at all that this guy was mass texting or he manipulated anything or he went back in after, because Grok even says that's impossible, then I'm telling you right now, and then when you see that tweet where he's asking those organizations to say, hey, take a look at what I found, and then I never even heard of this. Sounds like something they tried to sweep under the rug to me. Now, that's just me thinking, but it sounds very much like something that said, I don't want to touch this with a 10-foot pole. And we know the media does that all the time.
All the time.
But in Minnesota, did we think that what was going on in Minnesota was happening? The media knew about that. Guess what they did about it, Jack? Nothing.
It's unbelievable. You're right. No, the media doesn't want to do anything. They don't want to do anything about anything. It's absolutely crazy. But yeah, this man put up those posts. I mean, it's amazing. He only did that one sequence of posts. His first post was, I found game scripts that prove the NFL, scripts some of their games. Then he put up all the sequence of posts of what was going to happen during the game, which was all 100% correct. In fact, it's funny because I actually, with this thing, put up a post about this myself before, and I want to see if I can find it real quick because I want to show people what Grok actually said about this. Because people seem to think that, this was just some kind of, that I actually have posts where people said, why would is this possible or anything like that? But it's obviously possible. I mean, it happened. There's no other way that something like this could happen. I don't know if I can find the post right now. I'm not really going to worry about it because it's too difficult to go through all that and find it right now. But I mean, Grok basically said that it's impossible for this to happen as a coincidence. He did not mass delete the text. Grok even said he did not mass delete any other post. There's no other post for him to mass delete. He then said, please investigate my findings, and then he disappeared forever. There are no more posts about this guy. It was just this one sequence, and then he's gone. That is not somebody that's trying to make money off of this. That is not somebody he's trying to expose something. He's trying to get it out there that, look, you guys are betting on shit that is already predetermined. That's what he's trying to get out there, Jay. But people don't listen.
People don't want to believe that, Jack.
Okay? No, they don't.
And they don't want to believe that because if the NFL or any sports league for that matter, if the people who love these things don't believe that it's on the level, you don't have a game. You don't have a sport. You have the WWE, which is entertainment.
Exactly.
Straight up. And people accept that for what it is. And yeah, they get into it, but they know at the end of the day, it's a scripted event and everybody's in on the gag. You can't have professional sports or any sports, organized sports for that matter, even approach that type of, scrutiny where people saying, okay, there's one rogue ref. We'll take care of that. We did, right? We have a couple of rogue players in the NBA. We took care of it. We've prosecuted them. We're going to make sure the point shaving doesn't happen, this and that. Fine. Okay. That's bad enough. That's bad enough where a league takes a hit with credibility of whether or not things are on a level. If you have
and that's just like people betting, man. That's isolated incidents, This
is just like a movie. And if this person, whoever NFL is rigged is, I hope you're still here. If you are, hey, email us. Now, Jack, what? We're going to get a bunch of NFL is rigged guys emailing us. But I'll tell you what, we promise is we will not dox our own lawyers if somebody emails us with a bogus story with NFL's rigged. But
we don't dox anybody. No. And on our email, jdanger@journalist.com. jdanger@journalist.com. Be sure to email us. Go ahead, Jay.
Yeah, I was just saying, if you're out there, send us an email. We will keep you confidential and anonymous. But if this is really you, we'll find out. And we would love to talk to you. On a blurred screen, whatever you want to do, we'll change your voice. We'll do everything if you're actually still out there. So NFL is rigged. If you're listening, or somebody's listening who knows who NFL is rigged is, get them in touch with us. Because again, until somebody could prove to us that nothing exists, that something exists to contradict what we see here, then it happened as far as this is concerned, because there is nothing, Jack. There is nothing to say that this didn't happen at this point. Nothing.
No.
And in fact, again, that he asked them to investigate and nobody did anything and then he's gone. Red flag.
Exactly. He asked them to investigate. Like you said, nobody did anything. And then, he just disappeared. And I really hope he gets in touch with us. I hope he sees this. And like I said, if you do get in touch with us, I mean, everything is going to be anonymous. If you want to come on here, we can, scramble your voice. We can, black out your face. We can do whatever you want. We'd love to hear from you. You don't even have to you can send us from a fake email address. I don't care. I don't have to know a thing about you if you don't want me to know. I just want to hear your story.
We don't want to know, actually.
I don't want to be killed. No. Yeah. All I want is your story, man. That's all I want to hear. I just want to hear how you got this and if you know anything else. That's all I want to know.
Exactly.
Oh boy. All right. So I have another crazy thing for you.
All right.
This is absolutely nuts. All right. And I'm gonna man, the things that go on in America, I tell you, I mean, how is this stuff happening in America? We're talking about America here, okay? It feels like this is stuff that would happen back in the 1700s, 1800s, stuff that boggles the mind. Let me tell you what's going on here, okay? In the state of Kentucky, there is massive driver's license fraud right now. And it's a Democrat-run state by Governor Andy Beshear. But get this, illegals and non-citizens are paying $200 cash under the table to skip tests, bypass Homeland Security checks, and get Kentucky licenses illegally. All right? Thousands of these have already been revoked after a whistleblower exposed this scam. Employees have been fired, but Beshear is still trying to hide it all. Yesterday, a court found Beshear's administration violated the state's open record laws, and the judge forced the release of 2,300 plus records. I mean, this is huge right here. They're actually buying driver's licenses. In Kentucky, the illegals, they were just doing it right under the table, and not for Americans, which already would be bad enough. But if you're doing it for illegals, they can probably vote. A Democrat-run Kentucky probably has no standards for voting. You know what I mean? So they're probably able to vote.
That's it.
With these licenses. And this is incredible, Jay.
Yeah, that's it. That's what it always comes down to. Votes and getting the vote. When you hear about this stuff, now you've exposed this in Kentucky, which is egregious, right? Mm-hmm. But, and again, Americans can't do this kind of stuff. American citizens don't get to do it. You have to go through, jump through every hoop, cross every T, dot every I to get your driver's license. You do everything you're supposed to do. You take the road test, you take the written test, you pay the fees, you do all that, right? No, but for, illegal aliens or people who aren't supposed to be here in the first place, everything's done to get them some sort of documentation. And it's like you just said, for one reason and one reason only, to get them to the ballot box to be able to cast a vote for you-know-who. It begins with a D, a Democrat, period. And they do it all over the place, even in other. And somebody brought up a good point the other day when I was listening to a space. And he said, when you're under 21 in a lot of states, Jack, I don't know if they do this where you are, but they'll change the license to make it like a vertical setting on the license instead of a horizontal setting. So when a bar,
they do that,
somebody knows right away, they don't even have to look at the date of birth. They know that person's under 21. If they're going to give in states where they're giving people licenses up on the level, not like they're doing in Kentucky, but on the level, they don't change anything. They don't change anything on the license to make it that apparent that that person is not documented as an American citizen. And then what do they do if they say there's voter ID? They show it, and guess what? They get to go vote. It's absolutely ridiculous. And this is just another example of something going on. And Jack, if it's happening in Kentucky, where else?
Well, let me tell you right now, the fraud that is the Somali daycare fraud, that is going on in every single Democrat-run state right now. I can promise you that. That is going on in every single Democrat state. Why? The Somalis are not just getting these ideas to open these daycares. There is somebody high up, probably some politicians involved in this, to launder money. That is how you launder taxpayer money. You have no idea the amount of taxpayer money that is stolen and laundered through these daycares. But then there's also Somali healthcare, and not just Somali. Every single one of these races that are immigrants are involved in this fraud. I want to show you something. That's going to piss everybody off, okay? This is going to piss... Well, actually, first, hang on one second. About these licenses real quick. Yep. I want to tell everybody. The fraud scandal involves allegations from whistleblower Melissa Mormon. Okay, she is a former Kentucky Transportation Cabinet employee. There's no DMV in Kentucky. It's called the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet. It's the state agency that handles transportation, including driver's licenses, okay? She said that the KYTC employees sold these licenses for $200 cash to non-citizens, illegals, bypassing tests and checks occurring multiple times per day for the last 2 years across branches, not just one branch, across many branches. 1,985 licenses have already been revoked. It's absolutely incredible. I want to show you real quick though, while we're talking about all the fraud, because that's part of the fraud too. I want to show you something that's going to piss you off. It's going to piss me off, and it already pisses me off, but I want to show you again anyway. I want you to take a look at this. I'm going to pull this up right here for everybody to see. All right, take a look at this right here. You see what he's got right there? Those right there that right there is the Somali that said his daycare was broken into. That said somebody just wanted documents of a daycare for some odd reason. Look at the glasses he's wearing while he's talking. Those right there are the glasses that he's wearing while he's saying, oh, my daycare was broken into. He's wearing $2,000 glasses. $2,000 glasses at the place. I want you to see, I'm going to show you another part of this. Take a look at this. Let me pull it up right here. Wait till you see this shit. $2,000 glasses. These are the glasses right here. Those are the ones that he is wearing. You see that?
Yep.
2,000. Actually, it's 20. What does that say? $2,200. Those glasses down there. It says typically $2,200. Right now, $2,400.
Yeah.
He's doing this while saying his daycare, which somehow gets him enough to be able to buy $2,000 glasses, his daycare was broken into so somebody could steal childcare documents and childcare financial documents. Who the hell would want that shit? Who would want it?
Well, Jack, there's that international ring of document burglars going around. Didn't you hear about that?
That's true. And they want only childcare, Somali childcare documents.
Yeah, and first, Jack, those glasses, number one, they're ugly as sin. $2,000. I wouldn't pay $2. I would pay $2 for those glasses.
But he used your taxpayer money to get those.
Well, I guess if somebody else was paying for them, maybe I would consider it, and then I'd probably sell them on eBay. But my point is right. You're right. Those are being bought by us. So I'm glad that we were able to supply him with $2,000 glasses. I have great insurance, Jack, and I tell you right now, though, I can't get $2,000 glasses for my insurance. I can't do it.
I mean,
what am I doing wrong, Jack? What am I doing wrong?
I don't know, man, but it's sickening what they're doing right now. I mean, he actually had the gall to come on there and as a person, I mean, it doesn't make any sense to me. Okay, you're saying that they only robbed documents. They didn't go for any money or anything, which why would anybody try to rob a daycare that doesn't have any people that actually go to it?
Yeah.
And then he comes on trying to get sympathy from everybody, trying to get around the fraud, wearing $2,000 glasses. But let me tell you, that isn't even the most egregious thing about this entire thing. You know what else is going on?
Wait, can I guess?
Go ahead.
You go. Did the guys that robbed the place or burglarized the place say this is MAGA country and have nooses with them? With a subway
Actually, I believe they did. Yeah. I believe they actually spray painted it on the inside of the daycare. They said, this is MAGA country, go home to Somalia. And I think they put, it wasn't a noose, but I think it was a garage door handle.
There you go. Now it all makes sense.
These people are unbelievable. But I want to show you something else. I want to show you something else. Take a look at this. All right. This is what's happening right now in America. So Somali-linked childcare fraud is everywhere. Okay. But now states are actually enacting laws to hide fraud before it's exposed. I want you to meet Democrat Lisa Wellman. She just filed a bill to preemptively protect Washington Somalians from fraud investigations. This proves that the Democrats are facilitating fraud. Take a look at this. All right, this says the legislator finds that child care providers, yada, 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 existing privacy protections under whatever apply only to licensed family home care child protector providers because yada, yada, yada. So they say, here's what they want to do. However, the legislator further finds that the child care providers working in licensed centers and other non-residential care settings also face safety risk, harassment, doxing, and targeted retaliation, yada, yada, yada. The legislator intends to extend the Public Records Act privacy protections currently provided to licensed family home child care providers to all licensed child care providers, regardless of setting. Regardless of setting. That means right there, what that means? That means that they are going to make sure that you cannot find the fraud in Washington. Because why? And I'm saying this to everybody right now. Do you want to know why? The Democrats are laundering your taxpayer dollars through these Somali daycares, through the Somali healthcare, everything. They are laundering your money. I guarantee it.
And they're getting campaign donations, all of them. All
Smurfing
of these
donations.
All of it. All right. That it's whatever is legal and smurfing. So whatever they can do, okay, whatever they can donate legally to the limit, they're doing, and they're doing all the other stuff that we know is illegal. So that's what's going on here. So again, you as an American are a second-class citizen in your own country because we have legislators, legislatures and legislators going to see if they can protect people from being prosecuted for fraud. Well, why would they do that? Well, preemptively, because those people that they're protecting from being prosecuted are donating to them and giving them money. This is what this is all about. It's always about the money. So once again, we have a Democrat who is trying another magic trick, Jack. It's another magic trick. Okay. My next trick, I'm going to have Democrats protecting people for being prosecuted for stealing our tax dollars. There you go. There's the Democrat Party for you once again. Everything that should work for you as an American, they're against.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and say this right now. And I heard this somewhere else, but I'm going to repeat it. If Trump does not arrest these people, if Trump does not arrest any of these politicians, any of these Democrats, any of the deep state, he will go down in history as the president that had a chance to save America, but chose not to.
He's got 3 years. He's got 3 years.
He's got about 11 months.
Well, before the midterms. Right. Listen, midterms aside, he's got 3 years to still do this. Even if he loses the midterms, he still controls the DOJ. You got to do it. I don't care. You have to do, because if you want to win 2028, if you lose the midterms, God forbid, if you want to win in 2028, you better do something before then. And 3 years is enough time. And I always hear about time. It takes time. It takes time. Well, we know about it now. And he's got 3 years left in his term. And that's plenty of time to nail these people to the wall who are doing this. And there's a lot of them. And they're all over this country. And the things that they are doing. And like you said before, these Somalians didn't figure out how to do this. They came here and knew how to open an LLC or a 501c or no? Who's telling them how to do it? Who's setting it up for them? Who's running it? It's not them. I doubt it's one of them that are running this whole thing, Jack. It's somebody else that set it up and is running it. And those are the people you got to get it. You got to get, not the low-level street corner dealer. You got to go after the kingpins. And that's who we want to see go down.
I don't even care about any of them. I want the actual Democrats, the people that are stealing the money that is being laundered. I don't even care about the money launderers. Screw them. I want the Democrats. I want the politicians. I don't even care if it's not Democrats, if it's Republicans. I want the politicians.
I don't care either. And I think it's one and the same in a lot of cases, the launderers and the Democrats. It's one and the same. But here's the thing, and you're correct. And if people are complaining about Nick Shirley, he's not a real journalist. He's this and that. Hey, listen, if you don't like this, find your Democrat version of Nick Shirley, go to a Republican state and find this type of fraud going on in a Republican state. And you know what we'll say? I want that governor or whoever else is involved, whether a Republican or whatever I want them in prison. That's the difference. Tim Walz, if he was a Republican, would have been forced to resign already and would probably been indicted by now.
And how has Donald Trump not sent Pam Bondi or the FBI over there to investigate Tim Walz? He's not even being investigated. This man is... I want to show you something. You want to see a slip-up, a funny slip-up, a mask-off moment? Check this out. This is a daycare activist. Okay, I'm going to show you a quick video of a daycare activist who's out there actually being an activist for the Somali daycares, even though they're committing fraud. Watch what she says right here. Let me pull it up. You guys are going to love this, actually. Oh, man, why the hell did the screen go off? I hate when it does that. Jay, what are you doing to me?
It's not me, I swear.
Okay, come here. I want you guys to see this. Take a listen.
And I do see some signs over here that say stop fraud, and I agree. Stop it. There are wait lists for these programs that are years long. There is fraud. There is.
Right there. That was a mask off moment right there. Did you hear what she said? She said there is fraud, and then she had to stop herself.
Yeah. Yeah. She said the quiet part out loud. Is that what that? Listen, again, I said, Jack, about Tim Walz after, was her name Melissa Hortman? She was that one Democrat who voted against the, I believe it was healthcare or something like that. In
Minnesota. She voted against the healthcare for illegals, which was another way for the Democrats to launder money. I want you to tell everybody, Jay, Melissa Hortman was the only Democrat. Not only was she the only Democrat to vote against it, she was the deciding vote that canceled that bill that would have allowed Democrats to launder millions through healthcare for illegals. What happened to her, Jay?
She was assassinated. And if you saw her right after that vote, she came out and spoke. And I'm sure a lot of people have seen it already. But if you haven't, go check it out. She's terrified in front of the media. You could tell she's scared. And she gives a statement. And then shortly after, her and her husband are assassinated. And another legislator, I believe, and his wife were shot. And the person that did it, I believe his name is, if I remember correctly, was Lance Belter, and he was tied to Tim Walz. I used to work for Tim Walz.
It was Vance, but I don't care. I don't believe any of that, honestly. You don't. If you're out there going to do it and you're easy to find, you don't put a mask over your head.
Well, he looked like Walter White. He looked like the Walter White mask from Breaking Bad.
Did you see the body builds between the person with the mask on their head and then him?
Well, listen, we could talk about that, at nauseum, whether we think this is on the level, but there is going to be a trial with Lance Belter, I believe, right? So we'll find out what happens with him. But the thing with that struck me that day, Jack, I did a space that day, and I said that day, it's recorded. I don't remember the exact date. If you go back and find it, I said, we need to do a deep dive into Tim Walz. I said it that day when this happened, when it was said that this person was tied to Tim Walz. I said, Tim Walz, again, you're the governor of the state. How is this happening under your watch? And it was the first thing I said when we first got an inkling of this fraud going on in Minnesota. The first thing we got about this, Jack, was with the autistic programs, where I believe the amount of claims went from $3 million in 2018 to about $400 million by 2023. I said, whoa, wait a minute. That's not raising red flags for Tim Walz in the state of Minnesota? Well, no, it doesn't raise a red flag when that's what you want it to happen happens. That's what it is. There's no possible way. Again, you're either too stupid to realize it happened or you're in on it. Either way, you got to go. You're out. That's it. There's no more to this.
I mean,
and it's all over the country, Jack.
I just don't see how people can see a woman who was the deciding vote on something that was very, very clearly a way for Democrats to launder money. I mean, healthcare for illegals. If it's healthcare for illegals, it can't be quantified. There is no receipts for that kind of thing. You don't know who the hell's an illegal and who's not. If you're an illegal, you don't have documentation. Any idiot can come up and say they're an illegal. It's the perfect way to launder money. She sacrificed her life to stop that from happening. That is what happened. She sacrificed her life.
Yeah. Jack, documentation, I guess, unless they're getting bought licenses by the state. I don't know, like they're doing in Kentucky.
Even then, you don't have documentation to get those licenses. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. It's just, yeah, exactly. It's such a mess, and it's all over the country. It's in Ohio. It's in Minnesota. It's in Washington. Like I said, all these Democrat-run states do it. And I'm glad now, at least, here's the thing I'll say about the Trump administration, at cabinet level. They are now saying, all right, no more money for any of this stuff, from HHS to these childcare programs to any state, until you can prove to us that you're not committing fraud. That at least is a step in the right direction. Now, we can say all we want, listen, you guys knew this was going on. You knew it. It's impossible to not know this. And now we have the internet sleuths all over the place, Jack, digging up everything that these people turned a blind eye to and just, didn't want to find out about it because they're probably all making money, Jack. It's that corrupt. The amount of money we have stolen from us on a yearly basis from our own government is probably in the hundreds of billions of dollars, maybe.
No. Yeah, it's in the trillions. And I'm going to tell you right now, the reason the taxes keep going up is because they steal our money and launder it. Imagine if the state governments and the federal government did not steal your money. They could not only they could wipe out tax, they could cut taxes in half, every single tax in half, and pay for every single thing there is. We could pave the streets with gold if they didn't steal our taxpayer money. That's how much we give them and how much they steal.
Yeah, I think Elon put something out today where he said if that was cut out, if you cut out the fraud, I think he said something along the lines that everyone making under 150,000 a year would not have to pay income tax. Something along those lines. It might be even more than that, making more than that. Wouldn't have to pay income tax. That's how much money we are getting is being robbed from us. It's absolutely incredible. I hope this is the this broke the dam. But again, it's not going to matter if nobody goes to prison.
And this right here, what he just said, everybody, what he just said is what me and before Jay got here, James Clary, we talked about this on every single episode, accountability. If you don't hold anybody accountable, if you don't arrest the criminals for what they have done, future deeds will happen. If you don't punish them, there's no learned bad behavior. If it's bad behavior and you don't punish bad behavior, they don't learn to do good behavior. They don't learn to not stop. Nobody is being punished. Tim Walz, right now, okay, I'm going to tell you right now, if I'm Trump, I'll tell you exactly what I would have done. I would have had every mayor and every governor already arrested that claims their city is a sanctuary state because they are illegally harboring illegals, and that's a felony. I would have had every single one of them arrested. I would have Tim Walz arrested pending investigation. I would have him arrested. I would have had the mayor of Boston. Oh, I would have had Gavin Newsom arrested, and I would have had federal investigations into the Palisade fires, not only the insurance companies and the money, but how the fires actually really started. Okay? I would have investigations into the railing, what is it? The train rail over there, the speed rail over there in California.
$40 billion.
I would have investigations into Washington's mayor, Mamdani, who just got sworn in on a Quran, by the way. He would be one that I would be having investigations to. These people need to be arrested. Not, oh, we're going to look into this. No, arrested. But let me tell you, you want to know why it's not happening? Trump has said, arrest people. But you know why it's not happening? 2 reasons. 1, Trump is not firing Pam Bondi. And 2, Pam Bondi, and I'm going to say this, and I mean this, is a Democrat deep state operative. And you know why? She does not arrest any of the Democrats. Any of them. She doesn't do any investigations into any of them. Look at the Epstein file BS. Epstein file actually proves that she's part of that. Those went through her. Those decisions went through her. Yeah, you could unredact all of the Epstein files that were just put out. All of them were about Trump. All of them were right before the 2020 election, and you could unredact only the ones that were about Trump and were BS. That decision went through her. All of these things have gone through her. She is, and the Democrats don't have a bad thing to say about her. They have not said one negative thing about her. Name one Republican, one person. They say bad things about Nick Shirley. Oh. Imagine, they don't say anything about her. She is a deep state operative. She is a Democrat deep state operative, and Trump will not fire her.
No, he's not going to fire her. Not right now, especially right because right now, who's he going to get? He could appoint somebody. And listen, at this point, get somebody in there for as long as you can.
Who to appoint?
We want Bailey or Schmidt.
Oh, I want Bailey. I want Bailey all the way. And then I'm putting no. I take that back. I take that back. Bailey is going to be the FBI director. Ken Paxton is going to be the AG.
Right. He would have to appoint him, and no, he's never going to get approved by the Senate. Just get him in there for as long as you can and see what kind of damage he can do.
Well, he can appoint a temporary one, for up to 180 days.
Correct.
And then after those 180 days are up, he can appoint him again as a temporary one.
Hey, listen, find the loopholes like the Democrats always do with everything. Look at the loopholes they find in TPS, temporary protective status, where somehow President Trump can't undo it because we have rogue judges telling him he can't undo it. He can't undo it for Hondurans. He can't undo it for Sudanese. He can't undo it for anybody. You know why, Jack? Because, those countries have a climate crisis, or they have a violence problem, or they have this, or they have that. Well, guess what? They're always going to have those problems. They're never going away. So we are now expected because judges don't like President Trump and they're running a Democrat up, right? Judges are basically telling us that we have to be the world's dumping ground for every country that has a rogue, a dictatorship government or a violence problem. And it's absolutely absurd. And I'm at the point, Jack, where I'm saying this, because the other day it was with the Sudanese, I believe, where they said on the 5th of January, I think it is, their TPS expires. So President Trump wasn't even trying to throw them out early. He was waiting for it to expire. And now we have a judge that says, no, it's still running through the courts. Ignore it. I'm at the point. Ignore that. That's an unlawful decision. Period. You're making stuff up to try and stall this. Ignore that decision and send them out, and then make the Democrats have to go to court to bring every single last one of them back here. You know what? You did it. You were good with it. A big mistake, Jack. They never should have brought Abrego Garcia back into this country. Once he was out, they should have said, you want him back? You go get him and try to bring him in. If you do, we're going to arrest you on the way in. That was a huge mistake to let that animal back into the country, because now we can't get him the hell out of here. And it just goes into this whole game where we've let judicial tyranny destroy the agenda we voted for.
Well, let me tell you a few more things about the fraud that you may not have known. Okay. There is a former TSA agent that has come forward in Phoenix who is saying that a Somali man with a Minnesota driver's license flies through Phoenix every 7 to 10 days. Get this, with a suitcase of around $250,000 in cash. He's from Minnesota. He flies through Phoenix. Okay. What he does is he sends the cash back home to Sudan and Somalia through Dubai. He is a registered courier. They are actually getting all of this taxpayer cash. They have couriers taking it from Minnesota through Phoenix and to Dubai to give out to Somalia and Sudan. All of our cash is going to fund terrorism in Sudan and Somalia via Dubai, and it's every 7 to 10 days. This person said that they've seen $1.6 million at one time. One time, this person brought $1.6 million in cash, but every 7 to 10 days, it's at least $250,000. And let me tell you, there's right now there is an attorney. I think it's I want to say it's the main district attorney or whatever for Hennepin County, Minnesota. Her name's Mary Moriarty. Mary Moriarty, I guess.
Moriarty?
She says, huh?
Maybe Moriarty.
It's possible.
Yeah.
But she says that exposing Somali fraud is far-right propaganda. And listen to this. Promises to prosecute people who send them hateful messages.
Good luck.
She said, listen to this. Our office is receiving a large number of reports of members of the Somali community being sent hateful, threatening, and disturbing messages. This is predictable and absolutely unacceptable. Result of far-right propagandists demonizing people for the actions of individuals who share their ethnicity. Tell me, I want you to tell me right now, before I show everybody, what do you think she looks like?
I'm going to go
I want her skin color and I want her hair.
I'm going to go with white, and I'm going to go with thick black rim glasses that might cost $2,000, and I'll go with blue hair.
Ah, you're so close. She is white. She is white, but she has the short, dyke hair.
Oh, okay.
Okay. That's her there.
No glasses. Damn it.
Yeah. You could have said it's him for all I know. You look at that. You can't tell the difference, to be honest with you, if you want the gods honest.
It tracks.
But that's what's happening right now. Did you hear what I said? $250,000 of American money every 7 to 10 days. One time there was $1.6 million in that suitcase.
You try that. See what happens. I wonder, why is there no investigation or somebody figuring out, wait a minute, this is a red flag, wouldn't it be? Oh, and by the way, that's remittance, right? Jack, you know what? When Congress would, I believe it was a big, beautiful bill, or it might have been something else. They wanted, Jack, you know how much they wanted to hit remittances for?
What's that?
5%, Jack. 5%. You know what they settled on, Jack? You know what they settled on? How much? Take a guess.
0.
1%, Jack. 1%.
Unbelievable.
Jack, would you like a 1% tax rate on anything? Wouldn't that be nice for you?
Hell yeah, it would.
That would be nice, wouldn't it? No, 1%. I would tax it at 100%. I'll start at 100, negotiate down from there.
Yeah. Wow. I don't know what the hell's going on, dude. I'm just tired. I'm tired, man. I'm tired of the government. I'm tired of the theft and nothing being done about it. I think it's about time for Americans to take things into their own hands.
Stop paying taxes?
Even that's not going to help because not everybody's going to do it. Only a few people are going to do it, and then they're going to end up in jail. Yeah. I'm talking about the Second Amendment, a well-regulated militia. I think it's about time for citizens to have their own well-regulated militias. And that's not illegal. It's in the Second Amendment. I'm not talking about you have to go attack people, but get your own well-regulated militia. Actually register that militia. Get an insignia, get a real militia. If you can get enough people together that are armed, you can have actual influence in your state. You can have actual influence in America. Okay, the NRA has a lot of influence. Imagine if each state had their own regulated militia. You would have massive influence in your own state. Everybody that's listening, smart idea, Second Amendment, it's time for a well-regulated militia in your state.
Yeah, we call ourselves the well-regulated militia just because we are the citizenry, and we are it says
we
shall
need
not
to
be infringed.
That's what we need. Regulated, organized.
Yeah, you want it organized to the point where, yes, it's like you said, insignia, named, the whole 9 yards.
Where we have power. Power is in numbers.
And that is totally legal, and nobody's calling for violence whatsoever. No. That's your Second Amendment right. And regardless of whether you're going to form a well-regulated militia or not, you should exercise your Second Amendment right and get armed, get trained, become proficient with a firearm, period.
Oh, yeah.
That's it, period. The more people we have that are armed and responsible, guess what? The safer we also are just in regular everyday life, period.
Yeah. Okay, so now that we've talked that to death, we've got something huge for you. COVID, actually, and then we're not going to talk about this yet because Jay has one more thing real quick. But first, I just want to say, coming up right after what we have to talk about with Jay, we are going to expose COVID as actually having been scripted. I'm not talking about just some conjecture BS. I'm not talking about, oh, look at this. It looks like it could have been scripted because, this patent was done, a year before COVID. No, I'm talking about I have an actual whistleblower who wrote some stuff down way before COVID. And I'm going to prove to you that it's not fake either. But first, Jay has something he wants to talk about.
Yeah, Jack, this is for the science geeks out there who listen, and I could tend to be one myself when something really cool comes up. And we have AI going crazy right now. The S&P 500 is going to fly on AI for a long time. And there was just a big breakthrough in Japan, Osaka, Japan, where this just happened in December. And nobody really knows about it. They have scientists that built an AI that grabs individual atoms, the tiniest atom, the building block of everything, right? And it moves these atoms like Legos, completely autonomously, okay? And here's the key. At room temperature. And it did it for over 25 hours straight with no human involved. So here's the thing. An atom, right? 1 grain of sand has more atoms. Jack, how many atoms do you think are in 1 grain of sand? Just take a guess.
Honestly, I don't know anything about atoms, man. That's one of the few subjects I don't know a lot about.
Well, here we go. This is what we do in Secret America. We're going to give you information that nobody else has. Okay, here we go. Atoms in a grain of sand. There's more atoms than are in the entire than there are stars in the entire universe in 1 grain of sand. So think about that as what's going on right now with AI is that this AI is rearranging an atom, one by one with precision. Here's the thing. It's used to have a lab that was basically cryogenically frozen. And you had to have experts in those labs. The lab had to be colder than outer space, Jack. Okay. So now it's room temperature. You don't need any human involved. And the AI checks itself, fixes like the robotic needle. It sharpens it. It spots atoms on silicone, blah, blah, blah. It does everything. And it did this for a day by itself. Now, say, why is this important? Nanotechnology, blah, blah. They're saying this is the transistor radio moment for nanotechnology. So why is nanotechnology this important? Well, here you go. You could basically make anything. It could build materials stronger than steel, that are lighter than plastic. Yeah, Jack, did you remember? I don't know if you saw it, Star Trek 4. There's a scene where they come back because they got to bring a whale back, and they need a holding tank to put in the ship. So Scotty goes into a plexiglass factory, and he gives a guy in exchange for getting plexiglass to take the whale. He gives him the code to transparent aluminum to make the whale tank. Okay, so That happened in 1986. And since then, Jack, they've actually come up with stuff based on that movie. So when you say this is crazy, this can't happen, it does happen. And it is happening. So this can do is build these strong materials. It can make, when it comes to medicine, it could have nanotechnology basically running through your body, healing cancer cells in real time. Destroying cancer cells, rebuilding cells, all this stuff. And they're saying, Jack, this is within probably, you're talking now within the next 5-10 years, 5-10 years that you're going to see this stuff widely out there where maybe it changes the world. That's how fast AI is moving. And this breakthrough that just happened is a huge key to that, where you could do this now in a regular room temperature lab without having to go through all this stuff with the cryojet, all the nonsense, all the expenditure, all the people. But let's also remember this. If they could do all those great things, it could also do a lot of bad things.
That's the thing.
How do you feel about it? I mean, I'm excited about it. I think it's incredible. And what I also want to do, Jack, is figure out what companies are involved in this, because in the next 5-10 years, those companies, is not financial advice, but those companies are going to explode in a good way. So I just thought it was interesting.
Right, but there is a lot of negative things that can happen there. In fact, I would say it could cause a hell of a lot more damage than the good it can do.
It's coming, though.
Because the good you can do can only go so far, but the damage you can do, oh boy.
Oh yeah. Oh, like you talk about, hitting somebody with some, they wouldn't even know they got sick. Or you could, you put one of these nano diseases, whatever it does, or into their bloodstream, and they're done. They're gone. A lot of
there's things
stuff
that you can, like an aerosol, you just spray. They come in and inhale it, and they're dead. They die.
Yeah, yeah. There's crazy
insane,
stuff that
man.
can be done. Crazy stuff. But I just thought, the geeky side of me saw that. I said,
no, it's awesome. Don't get me wrong.
Hear about that, and I'm like, you know what? That is something that just happened. That's gonna now start changing AI even more rapidly than we already are.
No, I saw things like that where they can actually inject, those little nano things into your stream that can actually kill cancer cells and fight them for you. Like an extra immune system, extra antibodies that actually inject them in there, and it can kill the cancer cells for you. You're right. It's absolutely insane. It's crazy, but it's really cool. It can do a lot for you, but in the wrong hands, it can be disastrous. But everything can. Anything that's good can also be used for bad. So, it doesn't really matter because it's coming regardless. So it doesn't really matter.
Oh, it's coming. Be ready for it. And like I said, if you could find a way to capitalize on it, because it is coming, and it's coming faster than that. Now, because of this, it's going to come faster than we even thought.
We'll see. If you and Stock Mom go ahead and, find the stocks, let me know so Absolutely. I can invest in them, because I don't know what stocks to pick. But if you guys know what stocks to pick, find them out, holler at me. I'll invest some money in them.
You'll be the first to know.
That's what I like to hear. That's why I love you and Stock Mom. You're awesome. Okay. Okay. So, we've still got about 13 minutes, and I want to talk about the most amazing thing I have seen in a while. Okay. So everybody knows that COVID everybody knows that COVID was scripted, right? But there's never been any actual evidence. But I mean, there's been many things, it come from China and the Wuhan lab, but COVID actually came from one of those bio research labs in Ukraine. Okay. They developed it in Ukraine, brought it to Wuhan to release it at the Wuhan lab. That way they could blame it on China, come over here. They could use the media with death counters on, even though it didn't kill practically only a few million, but that's mostly because they shoved old people into nursing homes like Andrew Cuomo to kill them all together for some odd reason. But I want to show you guys something. And this right here will boggle the mind. Okay. It's pretty impressive. Let me see if I can pull this up right here. I want to show you this, Jay, because Jay hasn't even seen this yet. Nope. And I'm going to show you guys this, but let me pull this up real quick. Yeah, this is awesome. Okay, here we go. All right. So what I'm going to show you here are actual posts. Now, you remember how the whole Q thing, the QAnon thing, the whole Q thing, he would post on boards, on message boards as an anonymous person, right? Okay. So I want you to take a look at this. These posts are from September of 2019. This person claimed to be an operative that knew about these things. Okay, now get this. You remember that COVID became prominent around March of 2020, okay? That's when it became big. It really hit around January, became, big around March. The vaccine came out in the fall of 2020 to winter of 2020, somewhere in there, right? Remember, these posts are for September of 2019. Check this out. So the first post, 9 to 10 million Americans will be killed during 2020, 2021 in some kind of major event. Don't ask me how I know this. Someone asked him a question, then he said, no, I'm an operative. Okay. Then he says, do not accept any vaccines that will be released for a deadly virus in the winter of 2020. Did you hear that? It's Thursday, September 5th, 2019. He says, do not accept any vaccines that will be released for a deadly virus in the winter of 2020. Okay. Same day. It will originate from a pharmaceutical company talking about I think he's talking about the vaccines. It will originate from a pharmaceutical company working with military ops in a West Coast state. It will be accurately planted in major cities, and it will cause flu-like symptoms and may be deadly to elders and babies. But the media will report as if it's deadly for everyone. But it's a hoax. The vaccine will be the real killer, packed with copious amounts of toxic metals. I do not know any of the details of the actual genetics of the virus, but I know they have tested it multiple times already, but in different brand names. Did you get that? Did everybody get that? September 5th, 2019, this man tells you there will be a virus that causes flu-like symptoms, may be deadly to elders and babies, which it was, but the media will report that it's deadly to everyone, which they did. But the vaccine will be the real killer, packed with copious amounts of toxic metals. Okay? Do not accept any vaccines that will be released for a deadly virus in the winter of 2020. This was September 5th, 2019. September 5th, 2019. For anybody that thinks this is fake, I've got something to show you. We're going to prove to you right now that this was not fake. We're going to just ask Grok. I got the posts right there. Are these posts authentic? That's all I got to ask. We're going to say, are these posts authentic? What does Grok have to say about it?
He's thinking.
Yeah, he always thinks. Come on, Grok. What's it taking you an hour? Yes, these posts are authentic. They come from a real 4chan thread dated September 5th, 2019. Archived on sites. The screenshots match the exact content, timestamps, post numbers, and anonymous ID. Okay, did you see what Grok just said? These posts are real. They are 100% real. Thursday, September 5th, 2019. I just proved to you. Grok said these posts are real. The timestamps, the content, everything matches. What do you have to say about this, Jay?
Well, first of all, Jack, is that a Swiss flag next to the...
Yes, this was from Sweden, I believe.
Sweden,
not Switzerland, Sweden.
Sweden. Okay. What do I have to say about it? Well, Jack, are we going to hear that he just mass texted all this stuff and waited for stuff to come true and then deleted?
Yeah, like the NFL. Yeah, exactly. Right. But this is, I mean, this is nuts. I mean, how is this possible? It's not possible.
Yeah, it's not possible to be fake.
No, it's not.
Right. Again, and we've heard about stuff like this, but now we're looking at it where we've
this
said
is real proof that COVID was scripted. Everybody can read this. You just read that Grok said this was authentic, and this was September of 2019. COVID didn't come out until March. Go ahead.
Well, Jack, weren't there people that came out? Didn't Fauci come out and say something? There's going to be a pandemic during Trump's presidency?
Yeah, they all kept saying pandemic, but they've been saying that. They say that every year, though. You know, Bill Gates, pandemic, you know, they all say it every year. But this man gives you specifics. Yeah. I mean, I'm talking, do not accept any vaccines that will be released for a deadly virus in the winter of 2020. Yep. It will originate from a pharmaceutical company planted in major cities, will cause flu-like symptoms, may be deadly to elders and babies. This is all exactly right down to the T what COVID is. Okay, but the media will report it as deadly for everyone. But it's a hoax. The vaccine will be the real killer, packed with copious amounts of toxic metals. All of that is 100% true.
Yeah. And you know what? And I don't think we've even seen the beginning of what these vaccines are going to do. I think that's a long game. We're going to find out about birth, fertility, all birth rates, fertility problems, all that stuff too.
The amazing thing, this is unbelievable to me. I mean, you cannot know this stuff. It's just like the NFL thing. You cannot know this stuff unless you know this stuff.
Yep. You can't make this up. You can't make it up. Oh, this guy writing a book? No, it's not a movie script. This wasn't a guy writing a movie script.
Nope. He put this out for you, and then he never posted again, just like the NFL guy.
Just like the NFL guy. So this guy, whoever he is, again, email us.
I'd be happy. jdanger@journalist.com. Email us. I mean, this was, 6 years ago, government probably killed him by now. He said he was an operative. He put up a Swedish flag. He's probably dead at this point.
I hope not.
You don't release that kind of information and live.
I hope not. I mean, I hope he's not dead. It's just, it is incredible. And when people, the more you hear like, oh, this can't happen, it happens. It just, the trust that we have in people that were running the game for how long when it comes to the FBI, when it comes to the whole intelligence, apparatus with, the 51 retired or former who told us the Hunter Biden laptop was fake. How can we trust these people anymore? And when we look at something like that, who are they to tell us that it's fake? Who are they to tell us that it's
it's not?
True?
And Raina, just so you know, he was an operative. He said he was an operative, and that's how he found this stuff out. He was probably one of the operatives that had something to do with this, or at least had knowledge of it, a high-level operative. That's why he put it out on an anonymous board, so people couldn't find out who he was. He was trying to warn people. All right? He was trying to warn people. He told you, do not take the vaccine. He told you that it was only going to be really deadly to elders and babies, but the media was going to make it be everybody. But he said the vaccine will be the real killer. And he's 100% right. Even for over a year, 2, 3 years, the media and the government kept saying, oh, the vaccine's safe. COVID is the killer. This man told you in 2019, a year before the vaccine even came out, 6 months before they even thought about a vaccine, 3 months before there was even a problem, before there was a pandemic. And he told you the vaccine was going to be the real killer before there was even a COVID. He told you the vaccine was going to be the killer.
And think about all the lies we were told about the vaccine. Safe and effective. You can't transmit the virus once you get it. You can't catch the virus. All lies. All of it. Every last bit of it was fake. It was a lie. And then we're not saying that this isn't Q. This is a guy who used the same kind of techniques as Q. Is that what you're saying, Jack?
Yeah. No, it's not Q. But this person is. This is
the main thing. To say, oh my God, it's another Q thing. That's what I'm trying to get clear here. This is not another Q.
I mean, even if people say it is another Q thing, you can't dispute this.
No,
this is 100% authentic. I tell you what, screenshot it on our screen right now. Go ahead, put it into Grok, put it into any AI you want. These posts are 100% authentic. They happened at this exact time, and if you read them, they are exactly COVID. He says right here, vaccine, deadly virus in the winter of 2020. That's when the vaccine came out. He said it will be deadly to elders and babies. That's exactly what it was. But the media reporters it deadly for everyone. That's exactly what they did. The vaccine will be the real killer packed with metals. That's exactly what it was. This man knew. And that is the thing that blows my mind. This man knew. He knew, which proves, Jay, COVID was a scripted thing. You can't say it wasn't anymore. This is actual proof.
I believed it when it was coming out. I said, this is getting done. I thought it was always being done to take Donald Trump down, Jack,
that was part of the reason was mail-in ballots. That was part of it. Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
That was probably 65% of it. The other 35% was to get emergency crisis powers like lockdown.
Yeah, and I also think it was a test. They wanted to test out.
That was the whole point, the test. The lockdown.
To test to see how they can lock us down, who would be compliant, who wouldn't be compliant, how many would be compliant. And I tell you, that test worked out better than they thought it would, didn't it?
Oh, yeah.
And I like how he said he was sorry that he didn't have all the information. I thought that was pretty nice of him to say, sorry. Well, listen, no need to apologize, my friend. You just gave us you gave us enough. Thank you very much.
Perhaps the most unbelievable information I have ever seen. Nate, just for you, Nate, just because you're one of our biggest fans, I'm going to replay this just for you real quick. We put up a post right here that is 100% authentic. Okay. Grok, we actually showed live that Grok said this was authentic, the timestamps, the content, everything. These posts are from September 2019. This guy lays out exactly what COVID is beforehand. This was September 2019. COVID came out in January, maybe March. The vaccine came out at the end of 2020. He tells you exactly what it is. I want you to go back, Nate, read this, go back and listen to what we said. This right here, Nate, is actual proof that COVID was scripted. I mean, real proof. I'm not talking about, conjecture. I'm talking about actual proof. This is authentic, and it tells you everything that's going to happen 4 months before it happens. 4 months before it happens.
Crazy. And Nate, no napping during our show, Nate. Come on. Next time you're not allowed to do that.
But I'm glad Nate got to see that, because Nate, I want everybody to see that. I want everybody to know that COVID was a scripted thing, and you now have proof. You have actual proof.
There it is. And I said, everybody, this is once again showing what everybody, well, not everybody, but people with common sense thought that this was scripted. It was all too good to be not, it was too good to be true for the Democrats. Oh, look what just happened. Now because Donald Trump, Jack, at that point before COVID was sailing to re-election.
He would have crushed Biden. Are you kidding me?
Right. I mean, the economy was just rolling. It was rocking and rolling. We had inflation that was under like 2%. We had wages going up. We had every demographic with full, the most employed they've ever been. And then what happens? Boom. I believe it was March 16th. I think it was like the day before St. Patrick's Day. Everything shuts down. I remember where I was at the gym, and they're like, "We're closing the gym." I said, "We close the gym. When's it going to reopen?" Don't know. And it was months.
Same way for me. I was watching an NBA game, and it stopped in the middle of the game, and they shut everything down. They said, "We're shutting the NBA down." I was like, "What the hell, man? This is crazy." See, I wish I had seen this post the 4 months prior when he actually put it up. But even though this is a post from 4 months before COVID started, and it doesn't help us now, it proves that COVID was scripted. So I want everybody, please share this with whoever you can. We got to get it out there that COVID was actually scripted. We all knew that anyway, but now we have actual physical proof.
Yeah, we have something from somebody who wrote down exactly what happened months before.
And again, 100% authentic.
He didn't mass text it and hope that some of it came true and delete it after. That didn't happen. So if anybody says that to you, we have no proof that happened. And if somebody has those screenshots, go ahead, let's see it. They don't exist.
No, that definitely didn't happen. Now, I will tell you,
they don't exist.
With those posts, there was a person that was asking him questions. That's why he was answering the questions.
Okay. Yeah.
But I mean, it was just
that's even more solid than the NFL is rigged then, Jack.
Yeah, it's true. And Deborah is right. I would never, had I seen this post in September of 2019, I would never have believed it. She's right. I wouldn't have believed it. I've been like, man, that guy's nuts.
I say this all the time. When you watch a movie and you see all these crazy scenarios that happen in movies, I swear to God, I think they get this stuff out of real things that are scripted out.
Most of them do, like Law and Order, just like Law and Order.
Yeah.
You ever seen Law and Order?
Yeah, I've watched. Here's the thing, Jack, with cop shows for me, kind of hard for me to watch because I know so much of it is not really how it works.
You need to watch The Blacklist. Anybody out there, The Blacklist. Greatest show ever made. Yeah, Jay, I told you, greatest show ever made, The Blacklist on Netflix. I don't care if Netflix has some questionable content. I have to keep it for The Blacklist.
That's what they do to you. They make it where you got at least one show where you're like, oh, I'm not going to cancel it because I love this one thing, and they know it. You know what I mean? They'll put just enough on there for us to say, I can't cancel Netflix because of this one show that I love that actually isn't woke and doesn't suck. Exactly. So I have to keep it.
See, Deborah loves The Blacklist. She knows about it. Greatest show ever made. I promise you.
Jack, I'm retired, but I'm very busy. As you know, I will get around to it. I'm trying.
Yeah. Yeah. He's busy watching Mob Wives or something. Yeah, I know.
Wait, what? Because I'm Italian? You see?
See, that's what I call stereotyping. It's wonderful. Yeah. But Psyop Wars, you're right, Nate. The earlier seasons are better. Season 1 through 7, I want to say, are the best. But season 8 through 10 is kind of gay. But season 1 through 7 is awesome. Anyways, why the hell are we talking about this? It's a great show, but COVID is scripted. We have proof of that now, and that's what matters most. I mean, we actually have proof, and we need the politicians to see this. We need Trump to see this. We need people to actually see this.
Share it.
Because it's real proof. I mean, if you can't, this is not something that you can deny. It's not something that you can fake. It's not something that you can say, oh, this is 100% not real. This person lays it out in vivid detail, gives you actual timelines, tells you what's going to happen, and he does it about 4 months before it even starts, and they're 100% authentic. Like I said, take screenshots, go put it in, Grok, Chat GPT, whatever you want. It's 100% real. COVID was scripted. So keep your eyes out
and share it out. Share this out there. Get it out there. And if somebody wants to say it's not real, then prove it's not real. Prove it's not real. Bet you can't.
Exactly, because we proved it was real. So now you have to prove it's not real.
Right. Exactly. Man. Yeah, that's it. Well, Jack, it's just another day.
It is, man. But man, I mean, what I don't understand is the last 3 episodes, we have exposed things that are out of this world, but yet Nick Shirley gets 100 million views. Yet we expose the Democrats' plan to oust Trump in 2026. The actual plan to oust Trump, not some bullshit, the actual plan. We exposed the NFL as possibly scripted with real evidence, actual evidence. We just exposed COVID as scripted with actual hard physical evidence. But he's getting 150 million views. I don't know what the hell's going on here, Jay.
Hey, listen, I'm good for him. Good for Nick Shirley. I have nothing against what he did.
I'm not saying it's bad for him.
No,
I'm just saying I think our stuff is a little stronger than, a state's fraud, but whatever.
Hey, listen, we just do this because we love doing it and we want people to know what's going on. And if we get views, even better. So that way more people know what's going on. But real quick on Nick Shirley, Jack, he's starting to get a lot of death threats now. And it's insane. And
I mean, how much security cost for that first video? That first video before anybody knew who he was, that first video, the security was $3,600.
And it's going to get more.
It's going to be way more now. Way more. And just so everybody knows, I was just joking about all that. Honestly, what I want, the reason, we don't do this. We don't get paid for this. It's not like we do this for money. In fact,
hold on, Jack. If we do start getting paid, we'll tell you.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
We'll tell you.
Me? I'll brag about it. I'll show you the pay stubs. But no, seriously, though, we don't get paid for this. We actually pay to do this.
Yeah.
So we're just doing this for you because we want everybody to have the actual information, because nobody knows that people know COVID is scripted. They think COVID is scripted, but nobody's seen any evidence until now. People think the NFL is scripted. Nobody's seen any evidence until now. People think they're going to try to oust Trump in 2026 when the Democrats win the House and the Senate, but nobody knew about it until now.
Yeah.
That's why we do this.
And Raina, you're right. He said he's getting threatened because he finds out the truth and he's being effective. What do you think happened to Charlie Kirk? God forbid. I don't want that to ever happen again to anybody. And that goes for anybody on either side. I don't want that
we
to
can
happen.
talk about Charlie Kirk all day long, but I don't think that had to do with what he was talking about.
Well, I'm just saying he was effective at what he did, though, Jack.
He was very effective.
He was effective at turning the youth. He turned the youth towards conservatism. Very effective at it. And Nick Shirley's being effective right now, and good for him. And I hope it spawns a lot of and encourages other people to get involved and go out there and try and find stuff out. I think that's a great thing. But he's going to need. I said already, he needs way more security. And I hope he's getting it. I think people will step up to the plate for him. And I think he's making money off of this. And people say he's making money. Well, he's got to make money. He's got to pay
that one post.
He's got to travel.
That everybody shared and got like 150 million. You know how many money you make off of that? I will tell you right now, Mr. Beast got a post that had 100 million views. Nick's has like 150 million now. He made 250 grand off that post.
Was it on X or on YouTube?
X. He made 250 grand off that post. So Nick Shirley probably made some pretty chunk of change off that one post.
Good for him. He did a good thing. He got out there and look what he's exposed. He's exposing. You know what? We all knew it was there, but he actually brought it out now where it can't be ignored, where the media can't bury it. That's the other thing with this media. They are so disgusting. Jack, who is the guy taking over on CBS, the Evening News? Did you see the statement he made today or yesterday? He's the new anchor, I believe. He's saying, oh my God, I'm not going to bow down to the corporate interests, and that includes at CBS and blah, 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 blah. You guys are already chucking the whole Somalian thing. Why should I believe a word you're saying? Show me. Mm-hmm. Actions speak louder than words. I want you to go out now and do some real reporting on Somali fraud all over this country, or fraud in general. Don't just be like, hey, you guys committing fraud? No. Okay. Case closed. That's the media at this point.
And by the way, Jay and I are actually working on a big story. Obviously, we're not going to tell you what that is now, but Jay and I are working on a big story. Hopefully, yeah. Thank you, Raina. I would love to make some money so I can retire as well. That would be wonderful. But right now, like I said, we pay to do this, and we're glad to do it because it's what we want to do. That's why we do it. But we're working on a big story right now. If you think exposing COVID is scripted, the NFL is scripted, and the plan to oust the Democrat or plan to oust Trump in 2026 is big, we are working on something huge right now, and it's not going to be anytime soon. It'll probably be a month or two before we can get it out, but hopefully it pans out. We'll see what happens. But Jay, I think we've exposed all we can expose for 1 week, or for actually, hell, we do it 2 days a week now. So I think we've exposed all we can expose for 3 days.
There you go.
But we will definitely be back on Monday. New Year's Eve was New Year's Day, excuse me. New Year's Eve was awesome, but New Year's Day was a great time to have a show. I'm so glad that today was New Year's Day, and today was the day that we got to expose COVID as scripted with actual evidence. Please, everybody, try to get that out there as much as you can. We need people to see this so they actually know. We need them to know. It's going to be incredible, Jay. So thank you very much for doing this with me. And for Jay Gatling, I am Jack Danger. Thank you for watching Secret America.
You've been listening to Secret America.